out Stanley the second in the Clinch Mountain Bowl. Thank you.
Broke my heart to see her go. We used to go strolling into the night. That has been some time ago. Now the road leads far, traveling down this lonesome road. Used to go strolling into the night. That has been some time ago. Now the golden leaves are falling as I travel down this lonesome road. Sing spring past without you. Don't you know I love you so? Soon the harvest will be over. Love for you still true, I know. Used to go strolling into the night. That has been some time ago. Now the golden leaves are falling. Travel down this lonesome road. Thank you very much. It's good to be here on a beautiful, so far, Saturday afternoon. The sun's coming out, and I want to thank all you guys for coming. And I wasn't here in the early 70s, but I do believe we have broke the record since I remember any crowd being here, really, since at least 1996. So thank you guys for being here with us. We couldn't do this without y'all, and I'm going to try to get through a few requests, which we are playing tonight, but we got some special things we want to do here on this set as well. And I've had a lot of requests for a song I recorded on my first Grammy-nominated album called Daddy's Dinner Bucket. So let's do that for Chelsea down here. He was proud to be earning a living. He didn't take a dime for no more. The paper he read and the black on his face were the marks of the man who loved. The sirens all sounded on a winter's day. 8 men were trapped in the mountain. This midnight dancing off the blast, they heard it all around. When they carried them out into daylight, that old interfere was listening. I know Will, he's up there now, and Daddy's got him with him. Daddy took his dinner bucket through the gates of heaven. Gold dust in his pockets, he's working reaching in his bucket. There's an extra miner on the night shift, watching over all the others. Checking roof bolts and watching her smoke, spotting, trying to save him. Daddy took his dinner bucket through the gates of heaven, gold dust in his pocket. He's working now for Jesus, earning his pay with angel wings, 'cause God needed a good man. So Daddy took his dinner bucket through the gates of heaven. He's earned his pay with angel wings, 'cause God needed a good man. Daddy took his dinner bucket through the gates of heaven. Oh, That's a song we haven't sung all weekend yet, but like I said, we do have a set coming up tonight that hopefully we'll be able to get all of our requests in and things. But I'd like to do you one more request that I figure we go ahead and do today. And this is one that I recorded on an album called This One Is Two. That was when Dad asked me to go on my own and start getting my own band together and learn how it was to lead a band about 2008. So, you know, I always loved traditional country music along with traditional bluegrass music myself. And so I grew up in a good period to still hear some good stuff. But so I wanted to do an album kind of similar to some influences that I had done some country music stuff, but which it was all acoustic. But this song here was called Carter, written by Fred Eaglesmith, and he also wrote Wilder Than Her that we changed around and I recorded later on. But he told me, make it real quick a story. He said, I didn't know your Uncle Carter had passed away, Ralph. He said, I had planned. I told some friends of mine, he was from Canada, and he said, I had told some friends of mine, I'm going to watch the Stanley brothers. And somebody told him, well, good luck, because Carter's been gone for 35 years, you know. So he wrote this song after he found out about that. That's what he told me. Things won't be the same now that Carter's gone. And it's called Carter. First time we tried this, I believe, boys, so hopefully we won't mess it up. But I did have a lot of requests for this, so we'll do it. Let's try it. Rifles in the morning, turkeys in the grain, desperate boys in wet sweat fields, running for a train, skin-soaked revelations, whiskey before dawn. It won't be the same now that Carter's gone. Driving's on the state line, that high lonesome sound, right there on the hilltop, Carter's in the ground. It makes you kinda hang your head and cry into the dawn, 'cause it won't be the same now that Carter's gone. White doves in the holler, I heard someone say, nobody's ever gonna play those songs like that again. And I drive through old Kentucky, tearing through the gears, trying not to think of him through my bluegrass tears. But that guitar beneath the bus can't play another one. They don't sound the same now that Carter's gone. Things will never be the same now that Carter's gone. Thank y'all very much. That's a pretty song there. And a lot of people probably didn't know that story, so I don't know if I've ever told it or not. But that's on to This One Is Two record. Right now I want to start bringing out some former Clinch Mountain boys and special friends. The first one I'd like to bring out is a gentleman I traveled with for 20 years, and COVID-19 hit. He's got such a beautiful wife at home, and he got him a good job at college in Kentucky over there. And you know, he had a little issue or two, but with maybe diabetes or something, I believe, didn't he? And he got, but this is like a brother to me. We're like brothers, and he's done a great job for about 20 years. Right. Let's give John Rigsby a big hand. Come on out, John. John, you feeling all right?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Hey, you're looking good.
Jack Cook said, I'm not feeling too good.
How about we go back and do an old number we used to do years and years ago, an old Stanley Brothers number. You can fill in that over there as check his vocal. Check Stanley's vocal, see if it's up.
Stanley Peepaw, where's he at? Check 1 1 1 1 1.
Let's do a little Sweethearts in Heaven there, Jack.
Leave the road full time because developed some diabetes problems and had a little ear surgery. And you all are good and loud. I can hear you good. I was losing my hearing in my right ear, and I had to have surgery last year, and it's come back good. But I've got this diabetes problem. But if I don't get to speak to all of you that we've met down through the years, and, I love every one of you. If I don't get to talk to you, and keep on supporting Ralph too and the boys, I'll be around, help them if I can sometime here and there. We ain't nobody mad at one another. We don't act like that. We love one another. We love all of you. And without further ado, I'm going to let the next people come up and do their little part.
Well, John, I want to say one thing too. There's been a lot of great Clinch Mountain boys through the years.
Sure have.
But there ain't many of them just as talented as this guy right here.
old man Ralph would say,
But you know,
I owe anything about it I have accomplished, I owe it to a man that's sleeping over here on this little mountain right over here. He's, as he'd always say, he's living in hopes of a glorious resurrection. Old Dr. Ralph, and Carter also. I didn't know Carter, that was before my time. But I owe my whole music career, really, to Dr. Ralph for hiring a young kid out of the hills of Kentucky, taking him out, and I learned how to sing harmony with Ralph Stanley. And me and two was young whippersnappers, and he encouraged us and coached us, and we got out of line. He'd let you know that too, but I'm glad he did. Sure am.
Well, John, good to have you. Love you, brother.
I'm going to give old Ralph a little credit. Old Dr. Ralph, that's the reason we're here.
That's exactly right.
First, we're here for the good Lord Jesus, and Ralph would want me to tell you that. But we give old Dr. Ralph, you know, we're up here to give a little tribute to them, and y'all pray for Ralph when the boys are on the road, and just support them when you can. So God bless each and every one of you.
Big hand to John. Good job, Alex. So right now we'd like to bring out a couple of special guests we got, and one of these special guests, him and his family just got inducted into the Grand Ole Opry not too long ago, and that deserves a good hand there. Go ahead and give him a hand, guys, it's Stanley. But I've got to know this gentleman when I was younger, and he's always been one of my favorite singers growing up, and I learned a lot from Joe. And the first song that we did today, he recorded it with me and wrote it on one of my records years ago, and so we've got a lot of good memories. I'm glad to have him here and his lovely wife. Let's give Joe Isaacs and Stacy Isaacs a great big hand here for him. Come on out, Joe.
Be here again today.
Well, Joe, good to have you here, and it's been a few years, I guess. How about you guys do us a couple of numbers, then I'll come back and sing one with you, okay?
We're going to do one of your dad's songs and Carter's song called Lips That Lie. Stanley Brothers home place again. With Ralph too. He's done such a wonderful job, ain't he? Yeah. I think Stacy's going to do you a number here. Oh, can't you hear me call?
Go, Stacy.
Singing or Joe and Stacy? Sounds good. So y'all would like to do one with me, maybe? Let's sing on together. Which one would you like to do, Joe?
Whichever one you want to do.
You want to do that Sweethearts in Heaven? That's, or not that one, but Angels Are Singing in Heaven Tonight. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Let's do that. Yeah. Who kicks that off?
Mandolin?
Yep, either one, fiddle or mandolin, either one.
Remember the same.
How would y'all like to maybe see me book though, Joe and Stacy up here next May? I think we ought to try to do that. They got a good show. But right now we'd like to, you know, a lot of you know, and we've got a lot of people that bought a lot of these Route 2 Clinch Mountain Special guitars. We do have number 29 here today that you can take home with you, but I've been partnered with Blue Ridge Guitars for quite some time now, and I was really honored and flattered that they was willing to make a Clinch Mountain Special model and then add my name to it to be Route 2 Clinch Mountain Special model. So that really made me feel good. And I think a lot of people said, how many guitars of these are you going to sell? And I said, well, I'm so happy with this guitar, I can see myself playing it the rest of my career. So if we sell 200 or 300 or whatever, we will. But the first 58 is very special because my dad autographed the labels. It was right around his birthday in February of 2016. I hated to even ask him to do it, but I'm glad I got him to do it. But he said I'd be glad to. And to my notion, that's the last things he autographed there at the kitchen bar at the house. These labels, it's got my picture on it inside the guitar. So if y'all want to look at it a little more, and David, stand up, let everybody see you. He's not hard to find because he's the ugliest guy here. But we still love him. No, I'm just kidding, Dave.
Oh, I love you too, man.
Love you too, brother. But he'll be glad to show you, or I will, if anybody's interested. And 29 is the next one, so after 58, that'll be gone. But I would like to bring out the owner of Blue Ridge Guitars, and the main man that keeps David in line, and everybody. And you know, Blue Ridge makes a great guitar, as a lot of you know, and like I said, this one is. But I would like to bring him out now, and he lives out in San Francisco, California, and that's where the guitars, they ship them to me from, San Francisco. I'd like to bring out Mr. Richard Kelsing right now. Give Richard a nice hand if you would. Come on out, Richard.
Okay, thank you, Ralph. A little talking about the instruments here is always in good shape. This is in this kind of good old time country music. It's the instruments that play a major role, don't they? You got the fans, got you all, and you got the bands, you got the musicians, but the instruments kind of make it come all together. So yeah, we sell, in addition to Blue Ridge guitars, we got banjos, we got Gold Star banjos, we got Regal dobros, we got Kentucky mandolins. So it's just about everything for the kind of music that play up here. So with the banjo, the first endorser for our banjo was, the first banjo was an archtop banjo, Clinch Mountain style. And Ralph, Dr. Ralph Stanley was the first endorser of that banjo back in the 70s. And so after a couple of years, we started making a flathead. We had a project to make it, and I was working with J.D. Crowe at that time on the banjo. And so we're putting it together, we're coming up with design ideas and everything, and he was going to be coming out our way. He was on a trip to Japan. It was one of the concert tours that New South did. And that was a real special tour. He asked me if I wanted to go, and I said, sure. So there I was with J.D. Crowe and the New South on a plane to Tokyo. It was one of the most incredible trips I was ever on. It was 8 days on the road with the New South. And it was a real good band. You probably remember that band. You've probably seen some albums about it. Yeah, it was it's the one with Jimmy Goodrow on mandolin, and a young fellow from up the road here, Sandy Hook, Kentucky, that was singing lead with him at that time. It was a great band and great guys, and so I got to know them all real well on that trip. And so that's going to come back now, because that lead singer here is kind of the subject of where we're headed today. You know, we started in with the Blue Ridge guitars, really refining those guitars about 30 years ago now, I guess, and for the last almost 20 years we've been up here and given guitar to old Clinch Mountain boys and some of the newer ones too. And it's been my real pleasure
be the one here, doing it each year. It's kind of a ritual, and the last couple of years were really hard not coming here. It's good to be back. So today, we're going to give the guitar to one of the guys who was on that tour to Japan. And one of the guys that I got to know pretty well on that tour. And Ralph's going to tell you a little bit more about who is the awardee this year. Ralph?
Yeah, I'd be glad to, Richard. Growing up as a little boy, the Stanley brothers influenced me as long as the gentleman that in his honor the guitar's going out. And it's kind of funny, you learn. I had Dad and Carter to learn from, listening to, and then you had Keith and Whitley and Ricky Skaggs that kind of was young and doing it, that I could listen to as a young kid growing up. So that was good. I learned from, and they learned from the Stanley brothers. I learned from all four of them, and I loved all their singing. And Keith and Carter, there's no doubt about it in my opinion. I loved all the Clinch Mountain Boys lead singers, but there was something about those two guys that grabbed my heart more. I don't know what it was, but of course Carter did. He was the original, and that's where it all started from. But I got to know his brother. Actually, his son was coming to get it, and something came up, he couldn't make it. But I really hated that. But so I couldn't think of anybody better to give it to, because this gentleman right here introduced Keith to the Stanley brothers a little bit. Took an album home, and Keith fell in love with him, he said, and then they used to play in a bluegrass band together. Played a banjo, and my dad had his old original banjo stolen at Bean Blossom, Indiana in the early 1970s. I don't know if anybody knew that or not. But there was a young boy stole his banjo, and this gentleman we're going to give the guitar to let him borrow. I think he actually brought the banjo to show off too, that Dad borrowed while his was stolen. To tell you about that story, Dad said that he got a phone call from an older gentleman. He said, Ralph, I think I might have something that you really want back. He said, my son brought this banjo to me and said he bought it off of you. And he said, I knew that wasn't true. So I think they met like in Lexington, Kentucky or something, and he gave the banjo back to Dad. That was nice of the fellow that, I didn't get his name, but that's the story behind it. But without further ado, I'm going to turn it back over to you, Richard, and let's give a big hand to Keith's brother, Dwight Whitley. Come on out, Dwight. Y'all give him a big hand. Keith's song. Well, you can record it, sing something with me. Yeah, we do right there. Richard, you want to sing? You want to sing?
Wow, this is an honor, to say the least. I'm telling you what, I've been a Stanley fan ever since I first heard it. That was many years ago. And Ralph's correct. I was working in Middletown, Ohio in December of 1966. That shows you I'm an old man. But I brought an album home with the Stanley brothers and left it with Keith. And he loved it. He learned every song on it. And I did that about 3 albums. And after that, of course, we've been playing some, but not a whole lot. But that kind of started us off. And so we had a 3.5-year run on a radio station there in West Liberty, Kentucky. And matter of fact, I still got about 37 of those old recordings. But that's where it all started. And of course, everyone knows the story about Keith and Ricky Skaggs meeting Ralph. Well, I was too busy working, trying to be a father and a husband to play music for a living, so I continued to work, and Keith and Ricky went on for better things. But this is an honor. I'll cherish this the rest of my life. And I really think the Stanley family and Richard appreciate this man so much. This means so much to me, I could never tell you in words. But it's an honor to be here and to see all the friends and family. And so thank you all so much.
Check this one, see how it sounds, and them boys will help sing.
All right, I'll try this one. I was unprepared because I don't play much anymore, and I might forget the words. They'll have to help me on it. But we're trying an old one that one of my favorites, and it was my Grandma Ferguson's favorite song, White Dove.
In just a few minutes. Y'all want to see the one that Dad used while his original was stolen? So he'll do that, but right while he's getting all that ready, I'd like to bring out another Clinch Mountain boy that worked for me. He was with me about 7 years, and he went and started his own group, and he'll be performing here at our August Coal Miner Appreciation Festival we'll be doing here at the Hills of Home Park. So I'd like to bring out a gentleman by the name of Alex Leach. You done a good job. Come on out. How you feel?
I feel great, Ralph. How are you doing?
Well, you're looking good.
Well, sure, eh?
I'm sure you did.
Boy, it feels good to be back up here at the Hills of Home, brother. Thanks so much for having me come up here, and it's so good to see a record-breaking crowd here this weekend. It's wonderful.
Yes, sir. Alex, good to have you. And what do you want to sing something for the folks in?
I'll see what I can remember a little bit of maybe the old man of constant sorrow one time, and we'll see. We might even throw another one in there.
Well, little boy called Joe for John and John.
We'll do that for John, especially.
Member of his dad,
Yes,
John
sir.
Cornett. Yeah.
All right.
And like I said, he stayed here 7 years. He played guitar and banjo. He mixed it up. I couldn't afford to carry a big band back then, but barely can now, especially in today's times. And all this diesel's high and everything. It's pretty rough.
Why sure it is.
But anyway, one of our most watched videos, I guess, when you was in the group, we was at the CMA Fest in Nashville. I don't remember what year it was, but we was there, and we did that song that we recorded live to go that you and I set up all night and worked that up. Remember that?
Oh, we set up till the sun came up, didn't we, right?
Yeah, and then what else did we do?
Lord, I can't remember.
You better not tell it, Well, you want to try a little check your guitar and make sure you get on. Can you hear it?
All right.
With all that good shaking in there like you do and all that good stuff, you know.
Oh, there's going to be a whole lot of shaking going on now.
Yeah, holler Johnny Boy somewhere in there.
All right. It was good to see old Johnny Boy here just a few minutes ago.
Good to see him, you know. Ready?
Yeah.
I've got a sad, sad story, friend, but I don't like to tell. I had a home and family, but it locked me in the cell. I've been in here 18 years, a long, long time I know. But time don't mean a thing to me, 'cause I got a lot to go. I went one night where the lights were bright, just to see what I could see. I met up with an old friend who thought the world of me. He bought me drinks and he took me to every honky tonk in town. Words were said and now he's dead. Just had to bring him down. It's been a long, long time since I've heard from my wife. I guess I'd be there with her if I hadn't used to mind. I'll bet that little girl of mine don't realize or know her daddy's been here 18 years and still got a lot to go. I bet there's not one man aside spent this home in jail. I've been here in this prison till my body's just a shell. I can't be free to do or see the ones that I once saw. I've been in here 18 years, I still got a lot to go. Still got a lot to go. I've still got a lot to go. Actually, so big hand for him. Good job. Right now, we'd like to bring out a young lady that she has all of her fine merchandise right here under the blue tin. And in my opinion, and also my dad's opinion, I've heard him say it many a time, he was a huge fan of the Marshall family. And he helped them get a lot of shows back in the day. He told a lot of promoters, if you don't like them, I'll pay for them myself, because I'll promise you, you'll love them. You won't like them, you will love them. But this lady right here was she's got one of the sweetest and prettiest voices that you'll ever hear. And she's a dear special friend to the family. How about a great big hand for the legendary Miss Judy Marshall. Big hand for Judy. Judy, good to have you, honey.
Thank you. So happy to be here as always. You know, I want to thank the good Lord for bringing us all through the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Y'all thankful? It's been a tough time for everybody. I also want to give thanks to all of our military personnel who sacrificed and gave their life for our freedom, and I just want to honor them today. That's what Memorial Day weekend's about. Had a lot of requests to do this song, and didn't get to practice with the band, but if you guys will just kind of lay back there and play real softly, that would help me. But these are great guys, I appreciate them. Now, Drayden told me this guitar was all tuned up and ready to go, but I'm hearing a little bit of sour note there. Bear with me, folks. Just wanna thank you, Lord, for every time you've heard me pray. I just wanna thank you for always being there. When I was so down and out, you came along, made me wanna shout. Just wanna thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. To live, I give them all to my Lord. He's been so good to me. That is the least I could afford. He's made good times outnumber the bad. Been the best friend I've ever had. Just wanna thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I just want to thank you, Lord, for every time that you've heard me when I pray. And I just want to thank you for always being there. Why I've been so down and out, but you've always been right beside me. And there have been some times, Lord, when it seemed like you were the only friend that I had. So I just want to take a minute and thank you. Just wanna thank you, Lord, for every time you've heard me pray. Just wanna thank you for always being there. When I was so down and out, you came along, made me wanna shout. Just wanna thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Oh, when I was so down and out, you came along, made me wanna shout. Just wanna thank Thank you. Thank you so much, folks, and thank you, good Lord, for His blessings. I want to say real quickly, you know, that I've been working in the studio on some brand new songs and setting up a Judy Marshall Music YouTube channel so you can get some of the new songs that the big labels don't put out there, you know. So be looking for that, and you can visit my website, my official website, judymarshallmusic.com. I'm also here today with my setup. I've got some of the old Marshall family CDs that everybody loves. Got some newer ones that are mine, and some good inspirational merchandise like Bible covers and things over there. So come by and visit after the break, and I appreciate you all, and it's always like coming home up here. And I'm going to do one more song, but before I do, I want to say a little bit about Dr. Ralph Stanley and his family. I've known him many, many years. First time I ever came up here to the festival, I was just a little teenage girl singing the gospel, and here I am still singing the gospel, praise God. But I love the family, and I love coming up here because it's like a homecoming to me. And you know, where's Ralph too? I want Ralph too to come out here a second. You know, I'm real proud of Ralph too, carrying on the festival here. And you know, I want you all to get behind him and support him. I think he's going to do one in August now, so come out and support that. But Ralph too, I'm real proud of you. I wanted to brag on you a little bit, and appreciate what you're doing, trying to carry on the festival, and that's what your daddy would want. And you know, you're doing a fine job. So let's give Ralph too a big hand. Takes a lot of work to put these festivals on, and he works very hard, and I appreciate him doing that and inviting me to come up and be a part of the program. But I want to do this little song that Dr. Ralph, he loved a lot of the Marshall family songs. He loved a lot of songs I wrote and sung as well. But I think this might be one of his all-time favorites that he loves so much. This will be in the key of C, guys, and it's a cappella, so just give me that key. But I want to say a little bit, you know, it's a good song, got a good message, you know. We live in a very difficult time around the world and just everywhere, you know. Sometimes it's hard to get up and have hope, but you know you can in Jesus. He gives us hope, He gives us life, He gives us everything we need. And you know, this little song was Dr. Ralph's probably favorite. It says, I need Jesus, and you need Him too. Oh, I need Jesus, you need Him too. Along life's highway to carry you through. And when you're in trouble, don't know what to do, call on Jesus, 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 He'll carry you through. Sometimes I'm forsaken, my load is hard to bear, I feel myself stumble neath my load of care. Then I ask Him this question, oh my Lord, how long? Then I hear a voice whisper, 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 soon you'll be coming home. Oh, I need Jesus, you need Him too. Along life's highway to carry you through. And when you're in trouble, don't know what to do, call on Jesus, 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 He'll carry you through. And when you're in trouble, you don't know what to do, call on Jesus, 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 He'll carry you through. Yes, He will. Let's give Jesus a big hand. God bless you all.
One more more time, give it up for Miss Judy Marshall. That's great singer. We want to get Dwight back out here with that banjo, and Dwight is gracious enough to let me play a special guitar. Tell them a little bit about this guitar that I'm picking here.
Well, I had this over here, if you remember, those of you that were here in 2017, and Ralph played it, and I played one on it, or tried to, and he asked me if I'd come back for the 50th and bring the guitar, and I said, if I'm alive, I'll be here. I understand we're a little bit, like 2 years behind time, but here we are. Now, this is sort of a reunion in a sort for this guitar and this banjo, because Keith and I did many, many shows together with these two instruments. And it's never been played in public together till today, so we're making history here. But this banjo, I've owned it since 1969. I bought it from a guy that was into a little bit of illegal sales of alcohol, and he ran a gambling house, and he won this banjo in a poker game. And I said, you got to sell me that. And he didn't want to sell it, but I talked him into it. So I had some work done on it, and when Ralph's old banjo turned up missing, Ralph knew that I had this one and another one that I had bought new, a Gibson. So I told Keith, I said, he's welcome to use it. I'll send him the best one I got, and that was this one. I said, all I want is a picture of Ralph playing it. So I happened to get that. Anybody can go to my Facebook page, and if you scroll down far enough, you'll find Ralph and Keith doing a show with Ralph's using this banjo.
He's using this guitar.
But I'll tell you this story. Somebody will really get a kick out of this. When I owned this banjo, the neck on it was not that great, and Ralph had this banjo neck that somebody had made for him. And Lisa was just a little thing, and she was in her playpen, and she was playing with that banjo neck. Ralph had never put it on a banjo. And Keith was afraid she'd get teeth marks on it, so she convinced Ralph to sell it to me. So that's part of the story, although that neck is not this one, but this is a Frank Neat neck, but it's the same banjo that Ralph used, and it's one of the few times he played a flathead.
This guitar was...
that guitar was bought new by Keith's our father. And of course, it's sing a hard life. It ended up in Roy Lee Centers' care, and of course he had it with him the night he was killed. And then Lenny kept it for many years, and when he let it go, the family called me and gave it to me. And they had paid a lot of money for it. I won't say how much, but they wanted it back in Keith's family, and so it's here. It's got a home right beside that Blue Ridge, by the way. I will cherish those two guitars, and this banjo will be on a display for people to
And did
look
you
at.
say that Keith used this on the tribute to the Stanley Brothers record that him and Ricky did?
That's right, and probably most of the second generation. But it was on a lot of
history right here.
Radio programs. 3.5 years he used that. So it's been around, folks. It's Sing a Hard Life, but it's back in pretty good condition.
But I'm sure glad you got it. What do you want to pick, Dwight, on that 5-string?
Well, I love this song. Ralph played it, and I ain't real fast on it. But
You can do it.
I can't sing it up here, but Landon's gonna sing it. We're gonna do Pretty Polly.
You just let me find me, tell me applause to another great singer, and he's my nephew. He's got a lot of good recordings over here as well. And some of y'all might remember him singing with Dad back in the day. He does a good job, and I know he's got a lot of fans here, and it's good to have him with us. Let's give Nathan Stanley a great Take baritone on this, Caleb, and I'll give this guitar back to the wife.
Well, how you folks doing this evening? It's good to be here. I want to mention that coming up, a couple shows we got coming up. Next week, Saturday, June the 4th, we're going to be, me and my full band's going to be at the Palace Theater in Crossville, Tennessee. Any of you folks live near that area, it's Saturday, June the 4th, and then coming up on Saturday, July 16th, we're going to be at the Civ Theater in Paintsville, Kentucky. So we got a lot of folks from Eastern Kentucky this year tonight with us today. And also on July 23rd, we're going to be in Powell, Tennessee at the Ciderville Music Barn up there near Knoxville and Sevierville. So if you can, come out and be with us. Come over and sit at the record table. We will be happy to come up here, and y'all got records. Randall has his CDs over here, and I have mine. Of course, Ralph has all of his, and a lot of my papaws, and got some festival t-shirts over there. Come over there and see all of us. Stanley, you got your records over there, don't you?
Caleb's, where you get them at?
Caleb's, yeah, you got to get Caleb. If you want Caleb Shipless records, you have to get them at the courthouse in Virginia. Where are you from up there? Orange County, Virginia, okay. We're going to do you an old Stanley Brothers song now, the one that I love to sing. Maybe you folks will enjoy this one and remember this one, called If That's the Way You Feel.
Folks, have y'all enjoyed the little presentations and the songs today? We'll be back home tonight about 8 or 8:20, and we got another special thing we're going to do with Ricky, and I think him and I is going to sing Maybe Mother No Longer Awaits Me at Home. guess what we talked about, so that's coming up tonight. And I'd like to bring out a young girl to play some lead guitar while we pick the Clinch Mountain Backstep and close the first show down. And so if anybody, I think we're out of the festival t-shirts, so I should have ordered more, but I didn't know. But I think we sold all of them, but if I don't know if we get any more made or not, but might get a few more made and sell them at my shows on the road if people really want one bad enough. Y'all can let me know. But come over and we'll be at the table for a little while, and they are going to play my new song coming out on June 23rd. Again, a lot of folks missed that yesterday and wanted to hear it again. It's what you said, wasn't it, Keith? So about what time are you going to do that? About 10 minutes before the show starts back after supper break, right? So you might see how many people's, but about 10 minutes before the show starts after supper break. And don't forget about the 50-50 and the cornhole board, and all these boys have something for sale. Stanley's got some, and that's all the money he makes, so y'all be sure and visit Stanley. He wears them old ragged underwear, everybody knows that. So
I need a new pair.
he needs a new pair.
Daddy needs a new pair of underwear.
Ashland, let's give Ashland Smith a nice hand. Here's one of the finest guitar pickers in the country. Today, this young lady can really do it. She got an endorsement. Ashland, come on out. B. Gonna do Clinch Mountain at A or B? A. Gonna do it in A, okay. So after this, we'll see y'all tonight, and y'all have fun, and go get you something good to eat. And if you can, come back and hear the new song I got coming out next month, and be available for download. So we'll see you tonight. Here's Clinch Mountain Backstep.